This guy's been after this for the last 30 minutes. You're gonna take this selfie. I swear to God, this thing, it's like a golf club. You know I'm gonna do the selfie, right? Wow, you guys blow me away. Honestly, completely blow me away. Woo. And the dancing and the thing. Maybe we should bring someone right here one day. Dancing moves in that video, then you gotta blow me away with these 6-year-olds. 6-year-olds. Put me to shame. It's not cool. But it is so nice to be here and just so impressive what you guys have built. And it's weird. Christine was saying, Christine Dwyer, superstar, ultra diamond. And inspiration. And you know, she was saying it's gotta freak you out to see what you built here, and I'm like, you know, I hear Sally's story about P90X, and it's beyond anything that I could have contemplated, and like this just shows you that literally you could do the smallest thing, or something you put a lot of effort into it, but you do something, you put something out there, and you just don't know, like. You could destroy an entire continent, or you might do something that if you're careful about it, and you're mindful about it, and you try to keep people focused, all of a sudden you got a room, 1,500 people or something screaming at you under fancy shadows. Yeah. I put this thing on this morning, and I'm like, you're not supposed to wear these at 8 in the morning. Put this on, looking in the mirror, singing. It's like, it's a reflex. Like I'm like, fly me to your let me play. I don't know, I think it's in the suit, it's in the DNA or something. Alright, so how long do I have to do my little spiel? I can just talk. We're friends. Can I talk? So, you guys, look, it's really incredible, and I'm completely uncomfortable because things like this, it's so big. You guys do it so big, and the cities that are, Super Saturdays happening all over. We had a nice little event in Vegas last weekend. It's so big, and a part of me gets a little scared. I'm like, I love this big thing, but it's kind of like, do you ever watch a football game or something, and the guys, they score a touchdown, and they're celebrating so big, and you're like, yeah, but guys, you got a whole nother 3/4 of the game to play. And not that I don't appreciate it, I love it. I love the energy and everything, but I want to make sure in events like this that we remember what's got to be big about it. And what's got to be big about it is exactly this, don't be a holderbacker thing.
Yeah.
The don't be a holderbacker thing. What that means is, it's obviously stating the opposite, stating the negative of what you want to be, and that is a person that takes action. And there's an implication in that phrase, don't be a holderbacker, that you will naturally be in action. And I think that's really difficult for a lot of people. So it's very difficult for a lot of people to understand. If you get up in the morning and you go and you're flipping burgers, or you get up in the morning and you're changing tires, or dressed like me and valeting cars. it's difficult to think, you know, well, I'm not being a holderbacker, I parked that car perfectly just there. But the point is that, you know, all that is work. And as I was driving here today and, you know, going through the city, and you look around and like, hey, there's a burger place. There are people in there working very hard flipping the burgers. And there's a garage, and there are people in there working very hard tuning up cars and changing tires. That's totally fine. And, you know, here we are. There's guys valeting here. Somebody built this place, and they made it blingy. And that's all great. They weren't being holderbackers. They were doing their thing. At the same time, so let's look at this as just a business thing, not... It's business, right? And you go, well, is this an opportunity that I can succeed at? You know, can I be a $500,000 earner a year? What, you know, can I be a multi-millionaire? You know, what can I do with this? And I go, you know, let's look at it from the perspective of just business and opportunity. And you go, oh, wait a minute. 200 million people in this country overweight or obese, causing type 2 diabetes, lifestyle disease for them, having a complete impact and ruining family lives because they can't hold their kids, they can't play with their kids, so the kids continue the cycle of video games, TV, junk food, whatever's convenient because mom's too tired, or dad's always working, or dad's too beat, and he can't bend over, he snores all night because he can barely breathe. This is the lifestyle that obesity has created for us, and it's particularly bad in the Latino community and minorities. So you look at it and you go from a business perspective, right? Not in this holy, super, let's save the world, but just from a business perspective. And as you see the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, and the middle class sort of disappearing, and you go, wait a minute, what's the opportunity for me? When in 2005, when John Condon, co-founder, and I we're sitting at breakfast and we were talking about the opportunity of where the company's going to go, we had every major retailer asking us to put our fitness products in Walmart, in Target. They still call us. They want the products. I'm like, you know what? But then we're going to be a slave to these guys, man. Like, you've got to go to conventions and be like, we like your product. And it's just never what I wanted to be. And I was like, you know what? The only way to succeed and control your own destiny is to pursue something where you think there's a great opportunity, but if you're not going to try to be the next big, try to be as much little as you can. What I mean by that is to not be a victim of Costco and Walmart and the disappearing middle class and the disappearing entrepreneur. We needed to create this opportunity that was 100% dependent on the hard work of the people using the product to be successful, to then continue that distribution. And this is what I mean. We built a company not on products, but on results. Every time we build a product, we test it thoroughly, it's going to work. It's not about, hey, that'll be a cool product that we can sell. It's about, I think this is going to be a product that gets more people to get results in a different way. And I've said it before, it's because I can't stand working out and I eat like a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old. 2-year-old would be sort of odd. You know, so I'm trying to solve my own problem, and that articulates itself into helping other people connect with something that helps them solve their problem. So, I get back to the beginning of my story. So I'm driving through New York, and I'm looking at the burger place and the garage, and I see plenty of opportunities, skyscrapers, where you know there's people Monday through Friday working in the cubicles, and many of you are currently doing that. And I would say to you as a career advisor, you are going to work. Regardless of what you choose, you're going to have to work. That's it. Or if you want to get paid, you're going to have to work. There happens to be a thing that 200 million people in this country need that you can do from home and spend more time with your kids. The products have great margins. You're going to have to work a little bit inexpensively to get it started. It might take you a year. It's going to feel like, you know, some guy one time, you know, smart ass on Facebook goes, I'm quitting this coaching thing. I've been at it for 3 months. I probably made a nickel an hour. Yeah, okay. How much did you make going to college? Because that worked out well for you. I think you paid them. So how about this? How about this? Coaches who want to be up here, who want to be diamond, who want to be 10-star diamond, who want to be rich? How about you work this like it's college and you don't expect any money for 4 years? Here's the thing. You want to go to college, you want to get A's, you want to bust your butt and work hard, you will be up on the stage and you will be a millionaire. I'm telling you that right now. Because there's a huge opportunity. The huge opportunity is not sitting out there with the next burger place or the next flower shop or the next garage. The big opportunity, and you read about it all the time, is in helping solve the health problem in this country for 200 million people that need it. It's not gyms. It's making gyms get to the living room where people can use it and helping them plug into a daily dose of extra nutrition. That's it.
You heard that?
I had a meeting yesterday with a prospect, an executive that we're looking to bring on, and she was like, "Oh, those network marketing things, they're kind of culty." I'm like, "Well, culty, you know, I don't know. Does your company get excited about what it does?" She's like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Okay. Company's kind of culty too." It just happens that our company is kind of culty in the fact that people are incredibly grateful for it because it helps them solve a problem that they haven't been able to solve for 30 years. People get really excited about that. And it's a little culty because people who never dreamed that they could make six-figure incomes and still be able to walk their kids to school and pick them up from school get to do it from home. And as a good cult, please, you now all need to start wearing tuxes exactly like me. So, you know, I gave this speech at Summit that was about failure and the fact that, you know, failure is all perspective. It's if you go to the blog or my Facebook page, the speech is there. I can't watch it, but kind of long. But the point is that you're going to experience failure in anything. You're going to get, if it was college, you get some bad grades, you get some good grades, and then you try to improve them. My kids, you know, Ava, my 14-year-old, she gets some good days in school, she gets some bad days in school. But that does not, I do not let that define her as a bad student or a good student. It's just, what are you going to do today, honey? That's what we talk about, going to school. How are you going to frame today? Yesterday was a tough day, how are you going to frame today? Today turns out to be a tough day? All right, I get it. How are you going to frame tomorrow? Personality stuff happens. How are you going to deal with that tomorrow? Are you going to confront that? Oh, this boy came up to me and put his arm around me and made me uncomfortable. I'm like, well, you tell that boy to step back.
Right.
No, I mean it. I'm like, look, you know, you can do whatever you want with your life, except be at the mercy of anyone else that I will not tolerate. And but I say the same thing to you. As a coach, as a person in charge of your own destiny, whatever full-time job you have, it's totally fine. But just do not be a slave. Right? Right? Don't be a slave. That's the point. Don't be a slave to it. If you love the job, great, do the job. Do the best job that you can. But don't be a slave to it. Don't be like that kid who's like, I didn't know how to say no. You be the boss of this thing. And whether it's as a Beachbody coach or in your full-time job, you be the boss of that thing. And yes, you're going to have failure, which means you got to do the 3 vital behaviors. That's what personal development is about. Personal development is not about you reading the books that we tell you to read or, you know, going to the self-help aisle and reading the bestseller. Personal development. Okay, what I'm talking about is these 3 vital behaviors. Invite, be the proof of how it works, and the third one, personal development. Well, in that third one, sometimes people say, well, I should read Think and Grow Rich, or I should read John Maxwell's leadership book. No. What you should do is look inside at the thing that's holding you back. And the thing that is your own worst enemy, and I'm going to guess for most people, particularly who are not entrepreneurs already, it's some fear of failure or some self-imposed limitation that you don't even let yourself consider that you could be up here. And I'm sure there are people right now who are like, yeah, that's cool, all those people up in those black t-shirts and the bow ties and everything, but I could never even, that's not even in my world. And I'm telling you, you are imposing that on yourself. Personal development is about looking at that and then exploring, how can I fix that so that I take my limitations off myself? What books can I read? Can I go into therapy? What spiritual work can I do? That's what personal development is about. And then you look further at it, what things are undermining your self-esteem that make you even think that you're not worthy of being up here, or you're not worthy of losing that 40 pounds or that 50 pounds and following through with P90X or Turbo Fire or PIO or 21-day fix and seeing it all the way through. No, just do 3 days, refresh, everything's going to be fixed. But that's going to come down to you. And if you are talking to a prospect next week or 2 or whatever, I think it's a good exercise. Say, hey, you know what? Let's talk about this thing, but let's go for a walk. You could open a flower shop. You could open a burger store. You could get a job up in that high rise and be an executive. Or you can take advantage of this opportunity that somehow is growing 30% a year. The network is growing at about 40-ish% this year, which is outrageous. And because what's outrageous about that is it's happening domestically in North America, Canada, and the U.S. We're not having to go offshore to do that. And people are like, hey, when are you going to go international? We're going to go international, and we have all our ducks in a row, and everything's right, but we're not going to try to chase growth. We're going to grow because the business supports that growth. And right now, the business is needed right here, right now. But it's going to come down to you, and being a 1-star diamond to a 15-star diamond to whatever, really being a $20 a week earner to a $20,000 a week earner is going to come down to you, because we've got both. So listen to me right now. We have both. It's your choice whether you're a $20 a week earner or a $20,000 a week earner. I'm telling you right now, you're choosing that. I'm not choosing it. It's not the company's fault. Yeah, the company's going to make mistakes. And when we make mistakes on Wednesday and the system goes down and you can't get in to check their volume, it's happening for everybody. And we hate it. But it's happening for everybody. My point is, there's still going to be $20 a week earners and $20,000 a week earners. And we're going to make mistakes, and you're going to make mistakes. But are we going to turn on each other? No. We're going to keep on working, and you got to understand that in 6 months, in a year, you could still be a $20 a week earner, or you might have seen things. We're going to soon, one of these days, we're going to have a $200,000 a week earner. Like, that opportunity is there for people, and it doesn't have to just be about money for you, because that represents having an impact on somebody's life. Again, on this interview that I did yesterday with a possible executive, we were talking about opportunity and income and just what network marketing means, and she goes, is it really possible for people in this business to be millionaires? Like it really does have to kind of be like a pyramid thing. And I was like, well, it exists out there in network marketing, but here's the difference about the way we structured this, which is so fantastic about the type of people that we recruit. You leaders just blow me away, because it could have gone down this road to who wants to get rich fastest, and it didn't turn into that. And I've got nothing wrong with getting rich. I've been driven by creating wealth for myself and success for my family, to be able to support the family with a certain lifestyle. But at the end of the day, for me, the rule was it had to do no harm. The way I wanted to do it, it needed to help improve the human condition in some way, so that everybody benefited. So if I made a sale of something, somebody, if they did what I just sold them, their life would have to improve. So, if you're a $20 a week earner, you're doing okay. You're getting the products at a discount, and you're helping somebody. But if you're a $20,000 a week earner, you are helping people in such a profound and meaningful way that that money is just a representation of your heart and your courage and your ability to give back. It's outrageous. And we need it. You know, I don't want to be holier than anything, but you know, I read the newspaper and I see what business has become in so many ways, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God for these people. And frankly, this company, I'm surrounded by amazing people back at headquarters who have joined this company because not only could we create some wealth, but we were going to do it in a way that made the world better at the same time. And there's so many situations and corporate opportunities out there, I just don't understand how these executives make this decision. Like it's an infinite world out there and whatever, we don't need these resources. And it's like you can do really bad while you're creating wealth for yourself, or you can do really good. And the fact that you guys have decided to join us and be part of the good guys, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you. And, you know, I sit here and I come to these meetings and I'm just like, you have no idea how touched I am. I mean, you maybe think I take it for granted or something, but it absolutely blows me away. Like I can't believe the stories, and it's so far beyond me. I don't take credit for it. I can't take credit for it because you did all the work. When you lose that weight, you're the one that does the work. In fact, I was talking to this person last night, and she said, well, you know, don't you think people would be referring your products to people, and you'd be making, instead of paying 25% plus bonuses to these people, don't you think they'd be referring your products anyway? And I was like, well, yeah, but here's the thing. When they, you know, here it is, coming up to July 4th, and there's people in this room who've lost weight since January, right? You know, your family hasn't seen you, you get the barbecue, and all heads are going to turn toward you. They're going to be the center of that barbecue. And I don't care if George Clooney walks in the room, they're all going to want to talk to you and find out how you did it. And they're going to be like, what did she do? How did she lose that weight so fast? I haven't seen her since January. And all of a sudden, you're going to create all this demand. Everybody's going to want to do what you did to lose that 40, 50 pounds since January. Well, look, I've got news for you. You deserve a piece of that action if we make money on it. And I'm not saying that because, oh, isn't he such a great CEO? No, I'm saying that because I'm a greedy guy that wants you to go to more barbecues. Tell people about what you did. And by the way, when that happens, this is like what I started with. The results are what build the company. It's not about the products. The products are important, but if people aren't getting results with them, if they're not sharing those results, we're going nowhere. So the fact that you are going somewhere, and here we are now with this amazing new products. Pio is our #1 seller in the history. We sold more units in 1 week of Pio than anything we have ever launched in the history of the company. I don't know if you go online much, but 3-day refresh is lighting the place up. The results that people are getting, the fact that you guys yelled out, you know, refresh, you get it, right? Like literally, before the product was in development, right before the cruise. Right before the cruise, I was like, looking in the mirror, I'm like, I feel fat. Boom, refresh, I feel great. I swear, I look good too. And of course, now with 21-day fix out in Espanol, we're we have some Spanish speakers here, right? Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm not saying. Okay, so I wrote this thing and then I had to translate it because I wanted to show how committed I am. It's not that long. But I probably should have tried to learn Spanish sooner than in my flight here. So give me a little bit of a cushion, but I'm going to try to talk about why I think this is important, okay? Nuestro trabajo en la comunidad latina es muy importante. Debemos promover el 21 Day Fix en español inmediatamente. Especialmente ahora que el paquete reto está disponible solo hasta el 31 de julio. Más del 60% de la población cubana sobrepeso. De esos, más de la mitad están obesos. Niños menores de 15 años tienen el más alto índice de obesidad dentro de estos grupos. Y más del... Alright, I wrote it phonetically, so you're not going to be able to understand. Get this. Y más del 60% de los hispanoamericanos obesidad. De acuerdo al Centro de Control de Enfermedad de Estados Unidos. Hemos traducido el 21 Day Fix al español para ayudarles. A terminar con esta tendencia, pero ahora el trabajo depende de ustedes. You guys already know this. No olviden, viene con una garantía de devolución.